Not sure. Not sure when I'm ever gonna learn to do an audio check before the start of the show. Do you guys think I'll ever learn? It's a good question. How many times will I have to do this before I learn? Um, and as Paul says, many are honestly saying that the show is better this way. Yeah. I mean, look, man, you're not wrong. So, like I said, you guys couldn't hear me, of course, but what we're gonna do, pretty simple here. We're just gonna run through a bunch of the teams on Underdog, run through a bunch of the teams on DraftKings. We're gonna figure out how we're doing. Did we play good? Did we play bad? What are the teams you wanted to draft? What are the teams you should have drafted? I think it's all I think it's all fairly interesting. I will say that for me personally, this year went a lot better than last year. I don't think PD has a database built for last year. Here, let me pull up, and we actually have a full portfolio dashboard. I mean, is anyone grinding harder than PD? Absolutely no one is grinding harder than my guy PD. So make sure that you are, if you are enjoying the playoff best ball stuff, if you are enjoying all of this, make sure that you help our dude PD. And maybe you're a first time viewer, maybe you're just now playing playoff best ball. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, do all that good stuff for us here. Great question here. What is an acceptable advance rate? I mean, it depends on the contest you're in. If you were drafting in just the 1 out of 6 advance, so if you were drafting in the gauntlet, if you were drafting in the anything on DraftKings was just 1 of 6 advance, so I guess that would be 16%, right? Is that the math? 1 divided by 6 is 16%. And then if you were doing the 2 out of 6, you would want to be closer to 33%. Now, I did more of the, not even more, I maxed the $20 on DraftKings. I did not max the gauntlet. Looks like I only did 4 entries in on gauntlet, ended up with 522 teams. The big mitten, 2 summits, 150 way too early wild cards, 125 in the mitten, 111 in the mitten 2, 95 in the mitten 3, at 20 in the mitten 2, and 7 in the little mitten. So a lot of teams. Yeah, my way too early advance rate is insane. I don't really have any explanation for it, honestly. I mean, we can go look here. Playoff best ball. We can look at the way too early wild card, and let's select Davis Mattek. I'm guessing. So the reason why I did the gauntlets was because I didn't want to be well, okay, what's the right way to explain this? I mean, basically, I did the marketing deal with DraftKings for playoff best ball week, and because I did the marketing deal with DraftKings, it was really just a time thing. It was like I'm only going to be able to max one of them, in terms of time and giving them my full attention. But yes, I mean, as you guys already know, advance rate in the regular season is kind of meaningless anyways, but it's also extra deceiving in these because so many of these are already dead. So let's take a look at the way too early wild card. And let's just, this is just my highest scoring team. Is this dead? So it has Stafford and Puka, and that's it. So that's dead already. I mean, isn't that so funny? You're like, okay, well, it's dead. I think you can do it on the portfolio tab, or can you only do it? How do you check by team? Is it just under non-rostered players? Oh, there you go. Okay, so I can just do by team. So let's look at the whole portfolio. Select user Davis Mattek, non-rostered players. I wouldn't have taken any Arizona. So let's go non-rostered players Green Bay, non-rostered players Kansas City, non-rostered players Detroit, non-rostered players Baltimore, non-rostered players Jacksonville, non-rostered players Chargers. Who else lost? Non-rostered Carolina, Tampa Bay, yes, could have been drafted some. Who else lost? Is that everyone? Philadelphia lost. Green Bay, Kansas City, Detroit, Jacksonville. Here, this will just be easier. Let me just pull up the box scores. Okay, Carolina, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Philadelphia, Chargers. That should be everyone, right? Let's put you're right. Let's put Kittle in there, and let's put Josh Palmer in there, right? That should be everyone. I don't think I would have drafted much. You know what? There's probably an Indy in there somewhere. You're right. There's probably an Indianapolis in there somewhere. Okay. Well, there you go. That's how quick it is. Down from what was that, 250 teams or whatever, down to 22 teams. There you go. That's how quick. That's how quick it goes. You go from oh man, I feel so good. And the reason why that would be the case is because specifically the Jags are that big of an advance rate piece. That's what it is. And the Jags are a really good advance rate piece. And and I mean, obviously some of these could be a little alive, right? Like, oh, I only had Dobbs, I only had Reed. Parker Washington scored really well, and who else? ETN scored pretty well. So I don't think it's just Green Bay. How many JSN teams am I advancing? We will look real quick. All right, let's just see these teams that are alive right now. Advancing with a 96, Stafford and Caleb, Kyron and Ramondre both alive. Ty Johnson technically alive. Puka and a Sutton getting a Sutton through there. All right, shout out to that one. Little Mitten 2 looking really good. How am I getting a 6-man Bronco squad with McLaughlin instead of Harvey through? Hey man, that's the way she goes. Okay. I don't want to, obviously, I mean, the other unspoken thing is some of those teams could still be okay. You could have a Rams Packers team that ends up winning the whole thing. You really could. Right? I mean, it is kind of unrealistic to expect all 10 of your guys to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, is there anyone you'd rather have right now than JSN? Because right now in the gauntlet, there are only 504 advancing JSN teams in the whole thing, the whole contest, the gauntlet. However many teams there are, 14,999. There are 504 total advancing teams. Let's look at this team. This is the highest scoring JSN team. Trevor Lawrence, so he's already dead. This guy is already dead. Already, he cannot win. All right, that's right. Let's add Jacksonville. Let's add Jacksonville, and let's add Green Bay to this list of NC. 39 advancing teams without Jacksonville or Green Bay. Let's see if this guy can have a Super Bowl winning roster. Josh Allen, DeAndre Swift, Kyle well, okay, so he can't win a Super Bowl with Seattle. So JSN is only an advance rate piece for him. All right, let's see if we can do roster players, JSN and Sam Darnold. 4 advancing teams. Well, the difference last year was that the entire first round was quarterbacks. This year, the first round was Puka, who got 34, and Christian McCaffrey, who got 30, and Josh Allen got 30 as well. So those are 100% drafted guys. Last year, it's more that this year is the anomaly because the field was so wide open. Let's see. Is Pete's team dead here? Peter has a Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, Christian McCaffrey, Ramondre, JSN. I mean, Pete's team is not dead, but it can only win a Bears Super Bowl. He can't. Well, wait. Actually, no. So Pete's team actually could win the entire thing. Pete actually has an absolute shipper. Wow. The rich get richer. This actually is an unbelievably good team. He's got Caleb live. He's got Darnold live. He has a Seattle New England Super Bowl set up with oh, it's not advancing? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I just assumed because it was the highest scoring one. He needed you know what? He needed Romadunze or Burden to have scored that touchdown in the end. Okay, let's see the best advancing one then. Best advancing one is basically Peter's same team, but with wow, this guy actually has a kind of sick one here. Darnold, Caleb Williams, Kyron is the advance rate piece, Ken Walker, Ramondre, JSN, Diggs, Henry, Loveland, and Barner. Wow. All right, that's a really good team for JPM P2428. Fantasy football is fun. Shout out Fantasy Football is fun. He's in the Discord. He has an Allen Darnold, Walker Swift. Oh, man, he's really going to wish Jalen Warren was anybody else, actually. JSN, Shakir, Kincaid, DJ Moore. DJ Moore ending up being the advance rate piece. But basically, the point is, I mean, look at this. In the whole tournament, there are currently four fucking teams that have JSN, Sam Darnold, with no dead Jacksonville and no dead Green Bay players. 4. I mean, if that does not show you how hard playoff best ball is, I don't know. That right there would be the exact summary that I could provide. I mean, insane. That is great. 4 teams. Yeah, I mean, these mid 80s teams are going to be fading a lot of Houston. Although you have to remember, the Steelers are not a super highly drafted team. So let me refresh this page here. And let's check Steelers ownership stuff. Steelers total ownership, because I'm gonna guess the Steelers are like not that drafted overall. I guess honestly it's just because playoff best ball was so brutal for me last year. I woke up feeling really good. I drafted a lot of Bears teams, so I got a little bit luckier than average, I suppose. I mean, JSN paired with Denver has got to be almost 0. I drafted some Kenneth Gainwell. All right, let's figure this out. Okay, so what was I? Oh, Steelers stuff. Rostered players, Pitt. So 89,994 teams. Only 10,700 teams have Pittsburgh players at all. I mean, that feels really low, right? Am I making that up? I mean, let's just compare that to, so Green Bay is on 25,000 teams. So the Pittsburgh stuff is actually not that owned. So let's go. Rodgers is only on 861 teams. Gainwell is on 3,287 teams. Metcalf will be the highest owned. Metcalf is on 6,529 teams, and Jalen Warren is on 3,668 teams. I've seen a lot of people saying this. Just need to be very clear about this. This is totally not true that the sidekick has that the sidekick would have hated the Bears Packer results. Depending on the team you were building, you got Bears stuff using the sidekick all the time. I use the sidekick and I have more Bears than I do Packers. Like the Packers stuff became a meme because people thought it was funny. But to be clear, and also, like another thing on top of that, because I just got annoyed because I saw this on Twitter, and Karain and Zach and Shady and those guys are my friends. Not, I don't have a vested interest in the sidekick succeeding, but it's more just that it's I do get annoyed by this when people misunderstood what the tool was having you do, right? So you were really, what it was is you were just really sent on that game. You got lots of Packers and you got lots of Bears just because of how that game stacked up with the first rounders. Like here, I can pull up my entire portfolio. So we'll select user, Davis Mattek, rostered players, GB, 121 GB teams, and 164 Bears teams, which feels about right because I liked the Bears a little bit more than the Packers. And Burden, wish it was Loveland. I think Burden probably ended up being one of my most drafted players overall. Burden on 80 teams, Loveland on 40 teams. So that was just bad right there. I mean, that is just really, really bad right there. What loss had the biggest impact? I'm for sure the Eagles, because there were so many 5-man Eagles teams. Like here, let's go to the gauntlet, and let's do the 5-man team was Barkley, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert. So the tournament had 89,994 teams, and there were 1,500 teams. 1,500. I mean, that is insane. Oh God, 1,500 teams had all those dudes. I mean, that's insane. All right, let's check the 49ers version of that. So you had McCaffrey, you had Kittle, who's sadly dead now. You got Purdy, you got Jennings, and you have Pearsall. There were 3,000. Wow, even more of that. Wow, 3,500 teams with only a 13% advance rate. Wouldn't you have expected that to be a little higher? I guess because McCaffrey scored so many points, I would have expected that advance rate to be a smidgen higher. Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at live teams, you'd be looking at Kittle not being in there. Yeah, one gauntlet must have been canceled right at the end. Yes, other than CMC, the Niners sucked, but the McCaffrey was doing a lot of heavy work. All right, so let's remove Kittle. Let's put Kittle into non-rostered. There were 642 teams that did Kittle non-rostered. 17% advance rate. Let's look at Goliath here. Tough scene. He loses Jordan Love, keeps Henderson, keeps Diggs, loses Parker Washington, loses Dobbs. I mean, yes, the ultimate end of the, at the end of the day, this is completely true, which is that there is no way to tell how good your playoff best ball portfolio is right now. I mean, that's just true, because there are all these combinations and permutations that we think that we like, but there's just no way to know. Like right now, Demarcus Robinson would be a really good pick. How many Demarcus Robinsons were there? There were 21 versions of this team with Demarcus Robinson. Lots of, but like, is Demarcus Robinson going to score another, like, will Demarcus Robinson have another game with over like 5 points or whatever? So I definitely, for playoff best ball, kind of used to believe this, that I did kind of used to think that I've heard advancing less teams is actually better, but I think ultimately what we are going to learn right now is that there's much more of a happy medium. Like I think the urgency right now, or the copium right now, and this maybe would sound like copium. I think that probably the Packers are going to end up being decent picks, which feels insane right now. Like as long as you didn't take Jacobs, if you got Dubs, if you had Reed, if you had Love, I think ultimately you probably are going to feel relatively decent about advancing some Packers teams, assuming that you have, I don't know, 7 players left or whatever on there, because the hardest round to get out of is round 1 out of 6. Now I know it goes to 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 in the gauntlet. And I think I actually don't know. I actually don't know what the mitten structure is. I mean, the issue with admitting that Ladd was a good pick last year is that the Chargers Super Bowl odds were horrible. Like, did you think Ladd was a good pick this year? Because the Chargers had horrible Super Bowl odds. The issue with taking the Chargers was they had really, really, really bad Super Bowl odds last year. The Chargers, or the Packers, had pretty good Super Bowl odds. So I believe the Steelers had better Super Bowl odds before yesterday than the Chargers did, because the Chargers are a bad football team. They can't win. I mean, Justin Herbert is 28 years old, doesn't have a playoff win, So I would say that at the end of the day, Ladd, like if you wanted to make the argument that Nico last year was a good pick, even though the Texans had really low Super Bowl equity, I would hear that. Yeah, there you go. The Packers were a favored 7 seed on the road. Is the round 2 pods random? They're completely random. My lesson is that I often gave up on building Packers after someone else took Jacobs, so I missed a lot of Dubs and Love. Yeah, that's kind of the give and take of building that way. I wanted to see how many people took Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker in the gauntlet was drafted on 101 teams. Wow. There we go. We got our boy Roto Run. Our boy Roto Run with the Brock Purdy, Bryce Young, Christian McCaffrey, James Cook, Ramondre Stevenson, Rico Dowdle. Wow. John took Demarcus Robinson and Jalen Coker together. Safe to say John is the GOAT of scrolling. I mean, that right there, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Demarcus Robinson and Jalen Coker together, the literal scrolling king. Could you have drafted Kyle Juszczyk? I mean, I guess probably more likely to do it on DraftKings than on Underdog with the 12 rounds versus the 11 rounds. Yeah, shout out to John. What an absolute legend. All right, I'd like to look a little bit more at some of my teams, because I drafted so many of these multi-tabling. I actually don't really have a great sense. I do know that my big mitten is going to be a bit of a battle. We can actually pull this one up over on Underdog itself. The big mitten is so I'm in first place right now, and I have it's a team that is all live thus far. It says Stafford at quarterback, Trevion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, Blake Corum, and Woody Marks. I know that I need potential points out of Woody Marks or Jaden Higgins tonight. I need one of them to outscore Colby Parkinson, because I am fading Tuna here, who does have a pretty sick team, although the Jags are dead. So I'm fading DK Metcalf tonight, because Metcalf. So if Metcalf gets, what is that? If Metcalf gets 12, Well, he's replacing what? No, so I'm fading like 20-ish, something like that from Metcalf tonight. So would need something out of Jaden Higgins. Or whatever. Yeah, I mean, dude, Chuba was a sick scroll. If you got to Chuba, I absolutely salute you. Huge salute there. But yeah, really hoping to get this team through because the big mitten is such a sick structure. Look at this. It goes 1 out of 6 to 1 out of 5 to 1 out of 6. And if the Texans win, I will have a 9-man roster of dudes who are all alive and needed basically every little minute from Parker Washington in the end. Yeah, the Jags, yeah, there are going to be, yes, this is a really good point from Juice 0017 that the Jags Packers stuff is all going to advance, and there's going to be so many dead teams in round 2 pods. Brad has the highest scoring non-advancing big men in a pod with the highest scoring team overall. Yeah, it would be really funny. We should look at some of these way too early drafts. We really should. Let's go look at some of these way too early wild cards because I know these have got to be so funny. Like I truly wonder how many of these I have that even have 5 guys for next week. My very first, so look. 115 points. I basically lap I do basically lap the pod. And it's already dead, right? It does not have enough players. All these guys are dead other than Monungai, Green Bay guys, all dead. Bo Nix, Jordan Love. Do I have enough Broncos to get through? Nope. Not enough Broncos to get through because I just had to do Dontavian Wicks. Wow, looks like my advance rate for this is going to be pretty good, but it's all going to be Packers stuff. Yeah, seeing full Chiefs stuff is so funny. I think 50. Well, we can actually check. Let's check the field size in the way too early. Playoff best ball, way too early wild card. So let's go. So there were in the way too early wild card. There were 45,000 teams. Oh yeah, James Cook is very valuable. Yeah, it's a very good point. 10-minute. Okay. So there were 45,000 teams. So I'm just going to put in teams that were not in the postseason. So Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Indy, Detroit, Atlanta was getting drafted some. Kansas City obviously was getting drafted some. Who else was getting drafted some? KC, Detroit, and Baltimore for sure. But who else was? Were the Dolphins getting drafted at all? Probably not. Maybe the Bengals definitely were. Yes, Dallas was getting drafted some. The Bengals were actually live at the time as well. Oh, yes, you can definitely live with a couple dead roster spots. My team in the finals, or I had 3 teams in the finals in the way too early wild card last year, and one of them was a 5-man Philly with like another team that was completely eliminated. No one would have drafted would anyone have taken Minnesota? Would Minnesota have been in there? I mean, what does it matter? I can put Minnesota in there. Okay. So 45,000, right? We went from 45,000. Let's click the refresh leaderboard button. 45,000 down to 37,000. And that is just going from teams that did not make the postseason at all. So that right there removes what's that? Is that like 5% of the pool or a little bit more? I mean, that you just removed 7,000 teams, 8,000 teams from there. Jack, highest scorer here. Already dead. Well, wait, that filter didn't work then because Michael Pittman Jr. is there. So, oh, that was non-rostered players. Oh my God. Yes. Jesus. Come on. Come on, Davis. Davis, you got to be better, bro. All right. Doing this again. Tampa Bay, Indy, Detroit, Atlanta, Kansas City, Dallas, Cincinnati, Minnesota. There you go. Okay. 45,000. Holy shit. 45,000 down to 7,923. I mean, that absolutely boggles the mind. That right there, that is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. That basically 90% of the tournament is dead. I didn't have it right. I had it flip-flopped. Man, that is really something. Okay, now do Green Bay. Well, hold on. I first want to run my own teams through that. So I had 47 teams that had no dead players, and 35 of them are advancing. Okay, so now we'll do Green Bay, Philly, Jacksonville. Green Bay, Philly, Jacksonville. Who else? Oh, the Chargers. The Chargers. Who else lost? Green Bay, Philly, Jacksonville, Chargers, Carolina, and I'm missing one team. Chargers. This is harder than you think. It's like my brain is already forgetting these. Green Bay, Philadelphia, Buffalo. Oh, the Eagles. The Eagles. Wait, no. Green Bay, Philadelphia, Jacksonville, Carolina, Chargers. That's 5. And the there you go. Thank you. Losing my mind. Okay. Wow. All right, 9 left. 9 fully alive teams remaining. Hey. I you know what? I drafted about I would say I drafted about 80 of these when my son was in the hospital, like literally like doing like 10 at a time while my wife and my son were sleeping. So I would take that right now. Let's see the highest scoring one. May, Purdy, McCaffrey, Stevenson, Puka. Dude, this is a freaking shipper. If I get Pearsall back, this one is a potential shipper. Yeah, I mean, basically the next round is not really 1 out of 10 if you have a fully live team. If you have a fully live team through in the way too early wild card, based on what I just saw, that seems as if you are in a really good spot. Here, let me remove my username from this. So in all of the way too early wild card, in the entirety, in the whole thing, 45,000 teams, there are 1,947 fully live teams right now. Only 1,006 of them are currently advancing, which we got to go look. So in a 150 seat final, for a 150 seat final, you are already now at a 1 in 10 chance, basically, if you are one of these remaining 1,006 teams. The math doesn't exactly work that way because there are eliminated teams that can outscore you. Yeah. But I just I mean, that is just insane stuff. The way too early wild card is the most insane contest on DraftKings. Like what a just a funky little tournament. You love to see it. All right, let's go look. Let's go. This will be fun. Let's go look up how many Josh Allen teams Chess Liam has. Oh, he really only did the gauntlet. All right, let's go Chess Liam, and let's go roster players Josh Allen. So Liam got 11 of 73 Josh Allen teams through. I bet he was way too overweight on the Chargers. I mean, what's the Josh Allen advance rate overall? Josh Allen advance rate is actually below average, even with 30 points, because all the Bills players suck. All the Bills dudes. Stinky. Not loving it. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff, boys. I mean, what's the James Cook advance rate? The James Cook advance rate is 8.6%. Without Josh Allen, 8.5%. So there you go. That's a good question. How many Allen Cook teams are there that are advancing? So as of right now, there are 227 Josh Allen, James Cook teams. I need 14 from Kenny Gainwell to advance a Josh Allen, James Cook, JSN team. Oof. Yeah, the Patriots did end up being relatively rough to advance. They really needed one more touchdown, and they did not get it. And if you don't get it, it's very, very tough to do. Is there DraftKings data like this? Not to my knowledge, but we should go look at some of the DraftKings teams, because I have no idea if any of my DraftKings teams are any good. And I did a lot of teams on DraftKings. So we'll do a DraftKings advance check-in and see what there is to see over on DK. So I have no idea how to break this down. Currently winning $3,992. I guess literally the thing to do is just manually count. So, am I going to get through in this spy? I have 120 minutes remaining. There you go. PD's working on it for DraftKings. Hell yeah. Okay. May, Stevenson, Reed is dead, Booty's live, Loveland's live, Henry's live, Cook is live, Diggs is live, Kyle Williams is theoretically live, Ken Walker, Woody Marks, Jaden Higgins. So I'm fading on this team. Fading Nico and Schultz, but I have guys who can get into my lineup if they outscore Booty. And then on this team, I'm fading Metcalf and Gainwell. So that one's gonna be 50-50. Does DK do a divisional round best ball contest? I don't know. I would just say in general, DraftKings has been doing so much more with best ball than I ever thought they would. So I would never say never there. So I hope I advance that spy. Let's see if I'm even close, because I think I did 3. In second there, in second here. Oh, in second here, but not advancing on this one. Oh, that is brutal. Bad beat. Well, maybe not. 123.94. So I needed, I needed another catch from Henry, Stevenson, or Booty, or anything at all from Trevion Henderson. King in the Skull North gets it done with a dead team. It's the way she goes. All right. So I guess if you do, this should just be easy, right? So right now I'm advancing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm not going to count all those. I'm advancing a lot of DraftKings teams, it looks like. That looks like, I don't know, 35, 40 DraftKings teams right now. GM only really played the Mitten 3. Can you check sauce my teams? Yes. If you faded the Jags and you are oh, there you go. Well, Don is a lot smarter than me because all you have to do is subtract the non-flag and then divide by 102.12. All right, we're going to give Jared a little sauce here. Portfolio. We go Jared 0143. 20% advance rate. Are you live in the bigger mitten? Do you have guys left? Ooh, an early bigger mitten. All right, let's check the mitten 3. Well, already advancing that here. Let's go. Playoff best ball, the mitten 3, select user Jared 0143. I wonder how many of these are live. So let's go non-roster players, GB, Philly, LAC, Carolina, refresh, and hey, still up to 5 fully live teams. Wow, looks like lots of Denver stuff here. Yeah, you went hard on you went hard. Oh yeah, Jacksonville. Well, he said he like full faded Jacksonville. Yeah. So you have 5 fully live bullets. 5 fully live bullets feels pretty good. I don't think Leg Up has anything for baseball, but you can if Karain did it, I'd definitely use it. Man, so you honestly are probably running like kind of bad on some of these teams. Yeah. Well, so it looks like, Jared, a lot of what you were trying to do is getting through Broncos and Seahawks, which I think is I mean, obviously it feels like a pretty good idea. Now that we're mostly out of round 1, what team stack do you feel best about owning? I mean, it's got to be the Rams, right? I assume that as of today, the Rams are the Rams going to be first in Super Bowl equity now? NFL futures win Super Bowl. As of right now, no, they're still trailing the Seahawks, but the Rams are a way better fantasy team. So yeah, I think you have to feel best about having the Rams. Didn't feel that excited about what I saw out of the Patriots last night. No, they weren't horrible or anything, but all right. I might have to log back into DraftKings because I just pulled the sports book up. Yeah, it's gonna make me log back. Oh, nope, we're good. Okay, wait. So if wow, we're gonna get into dangerous territory here on the show because we're I'm gonna have to do math right now. But I'm gonna go calculator and I'm gonna go 3,972.32 minus 270. And then did I do any other non-flagships that I'm cashing? So 3,970. Got to clear this. 3,972.32 minus 270 minus 25 divided by 102.12. I'm advancing 36 teams. There you go. 36 teams. Yeah, the dinger is up over on Underdog. Go hop in those streets. All right, what's my lowest scoring? What's my well, let's look at my highest scoring one. Highest scoring DK Millie. Jordan Love, so dead. Ramondre alive. Basically what I got to see is, do I have enough? Nope, fully dead. Fully 100% dead. There you go. First team I checked, fully 100% dead. That's how she goes. Probably a lot of the high scoring ones are fully dead because they are Packers. Yeah. Packers, Jags. Packers, Jags, Eagles. Literally could not be more dead. Yeah, exactly. You literally have to go backwards and sort by lowest scoring teams to find the good ones, because all the high scoring ones are man, looks like a lot of these second places. All right, this is this is a really low scoring one. Really low scoring one, 108 points. Fading what here? Fading Dalton Schultz. So probably just lose that one. And fading a lot of Texan stuff left. Oh, I'm sure there are some Tonjas teams out there. Here, I can go look over here in the gauntlet. Playoff best ball. Let me give it a refresh. I'm sure there are some Tonjases out there. In the gauntlet, there are 114 overall and 25 advancing Tonjas teams. Yeah, I do really wish that DraftKings would give us a cool tool next year. Let's see. Can we find one live? Nope. Another dead one. 13 from Tet. I mean, I guess he helped. Just a lot of fully dead teams. It's 1 out of 6 is so hard. One out of 6 is you're just living a tough life, man. There's really just no way around it. All right, 137. All right, here we go. Here's a Caleb, McCaffrey, Loveland. Got Swift live, got Purdy live, got Cook live, got Burden and Adunze live. Yeah, PMR showing is really nice. I enjoy. I mean, it's not as if BBM DB is related to Underdog. You know, the fact that BBM DB exists is not like Underdog didn't create that. You know, Patrick created that. So it's not as if there was anything in there. Yeah, and I mean honestly 10-minute is hitting it on the nail on the head here, which is that there's just, for your own sanity, there's really not much, like there's obviously, I mean obviously there's nothing that you can do right now. And you know, kind of the way that we used to play the game was I have a distinct memory of having a conversation with Corain where we were like, honestly, if you're kind of playing, I knew it was going to happen to me. I knew I was going to get logged out on DK. If you're kind of playing the game in a optimal fashion, you will end up advancing below average. Now, obviously, the difference here is that because we were using the sidekick and because we were simming stuff out, and I guess this is pretty obvious from anyone who's been using sims for DFS, is that you obviously have to advance out of round 1 to have made any money. So we care more about advancing in round 1 than we would have in the past. And, you know, there's probably like a good argument right now. Who was a better pick in best ball? Romeo Dubs, who scored a lot of points and is now completely eliminated, or Brandon Cooks, who doesn't project to score any points, but is now moving on to the next round. I mean, I think I would still probably say Romeo Dubs was a better pick. Maybe that is wrong. Now, I do think this is wrong. I think saying you need to advance less. No, I think you should be trying to make as many super teams as possible. Like super teams are obviously what we're going for here. Backward snap plaque plus the Carhartt heavyweight tee is a demonic trip. Well, you know what's funny? I mean, this is just what I wore today, but I just got home from walking the dog and I was going to wear I found a very cool Charlotte Hornets starter jacket from the 90s that I got on eBay, but it did not look good with my background. But it's kind of cold down here, and that's what I was wearing. But I took it off right before I started. Yeah, I mean, a good comparison would be who do you view as a better pick right now, Romeo Dubs or Luther Burden? I mean, I think you got to say it was probably Romeo Dubs. But I mean, ultimately, kind of what you would say is it's really similar to the regular season, which is that you do kind of want to advance low scoring teams. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, that's kind of the magic of best ball is that you want to advance as many low scoring teams as possible, sort of regardless of format or of anything else. Like that really is what you're wanting to do. No, we can check Shady. We'll go select user Shady advice, probably advancing a lot of teams. Yep. 36% advance rate for Shady. Daily Rojo advancing 29% on 251 teams. So above average in the gauntlet. Looks like his advance rate is getting drugged down by the way too early wild card. So above average in the gauntlet. I mean, that's what you would think. Like I know people don't love it, but the sidekick is advanced. The sidekick for playoff best ball is just really good. You don't have to like it. You can have your opinion or whatever, but it just is what it is. Sacrilegious. I always forget his how do you spell how do you spell Sac's DK name? Man, my guy, this is fine at 55%. What a legend. Sacrilegious 9. That's what okay, Sacrilegious 9. Wait, I spelled it wrong. Sacrilege. Oh, I'm missing an I. Wow, Sac advancing 328 teams. My God. My God. You gotta hand it to him. My guy, you gotta hand it to him. I mean, over expectation in the gauntlet, over expectation in all the mittens, over expectation in the bigger mitten. Gotta hand it to him. Yeah, mitten numbers are crazy. I mean, which and I'm assuming that how many of those are JSN teams? Sac is advancing 13 JSN teams on 113 teams. Most of them in the mitten. Yeah, no one dug the trenches deeper, and that is what Sac does here. Yeah, I mean, I would guess. I mean, we can check this playoff best ball. Let's do or here we could just do portfolio. I think this works. Let's do roster players: Jordan Love and Romeo Dubs. Oh, you have to do username. Okay, let's go back to playoff best ball. Let's go Jordan Love, Romeo Dubs. In the gauntlet, that's a 52% advance rate. In the mitten 3, 78% advance rate. I got 55% taking the sidekick recommendation 90% of the time. Yeah, I mean, look, people don't have to like it. They can be as annoyed as they want, but end of the day, sidekick is just going to be pretty freaking good for playoff best ball. And that's just how she goes. Wow. Oh, and of course, the man, the myth, the legend. The Jalen Coker advance rate is really high, but he just was not drafted all that often. Advancing 22 of 55 gauntlets. There you go. All right. I'm gonna go back to my portfolio. I want to see how many teams I've got that are fully live. So let's go non-rostered players. Kittle. Non-rostered players. GB. Philadelphia. Carolina. LAC. And Jacksonville. So fully live. 38 advancing teams on Underdog. I mean, I think I'd probably take that. 100 teams overall, but 38 advancing. My way too early Mahomes pick rate was really high. Really, really high. In the way too early wild card, I was taking a lot. But I mean, hey man, I would take 15 way too early wild. I mean, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Trevion Henderson, DeAndre Swift, Blake Corum, Puka Nacua, Kincaid. Love that team. Send that higher. Let's honestly, this is actually a good question. Let's just make me eat this. In the way too early wild card, I took Mahomes 34 times. Yes, BBM DB is free, and the only reason that it stays alive is people like you supporting him. So I think that it's a good thing to do is send PD a little bit of coffee money. I've got an Allen CMC team that's advancing in the DK Millie and is still live for a Super Bowl with the Kittle injury because it has Knox. You love to see it. How many worthies did I take? Worthy I took on 2018. I mean, how many did I take a Kansas City player in general? 51. So a full 1/3 of my way too early wildcard teams have a Chief on it. What about Detroit? 46. Kansas City and Detroit. 82 teams. It was even taking them a little bit in the mitten. Probably should have learned. Probably should have learned. Even in the little mitten. Not loving to see that. What about playoff best ball? Way too early wild card. Select user Davis Mattek. Select player Kansas City. Select player Detroit. Wow, how funny is that? Advancing a bunch of these. Josh Allen, Jared Goff, Christian McCaffrey, Jameer. You know what's funny? This team is technically live. Because it has Josh, CMC, Ty Johnson, Shakir, Kincaid, Jennings, and Keon Coleman. This team is technically live to win the way too early wild card, even with Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs on it. Yeah, very, very few. I would assume, I mean, the way I was drafting the 49ers was either I was taking Christian McCaffrey and I was taking all of them, or I was never taking them is kind of the way that I viewed it. I don't know if you guys agreed with that, but it did seem, well, it's so funny. We have all of these ideas and these thoughts about perfect structure, this, that, and the other thing. And then you get there and you're like, I mean, look at this dog shit that's winning. I mean, I'm sure that you could have come up with a conceivably good argument to have faded Christian McCaffrey. Like I would hear an argument for why it was a good idea. But then you just have to go to the cold hard reality that he was either going to score the most or the second most points of anyone. And if the 49ers, I mean, dude, if Christian McCaffrey scores 25 or 30 again this week, like if CMC outscores Puka this week, man, you're going to be feeling crazy. PD, I don't know if you're here. Oh, here's a dead team. Josh Allen, Jared Goff, Jacobs, Gibbs. So I drafted this one to be either a Green Bay or a Detroit Super Bowl, turns out. Yeah. The cold hard reality is that it's Christian fucking McCaffrey. In the big mitten, Sack and my guy David Singleton are the only currently advancing May Puka combos. In the big mitten, got what? May Puka. May and Puka in the big mitten. Sack has May and Stroud left. He's got Ramondre with Marks. He's got Puka, Diggs, Nico, Henry. Reed is his advance rate piece with Kayshon Boutte. My guy David has May, Walker, Swift, Ramondre, Puka, Diggs, Henry, Burden, Moore, Loveland. I mean, I think Sack probably has a slightly better cumulative Super Bowl equity on his team, but they're about the same. So Rabona King, to join the Discord is only for YouTube members or people who subscribe to patreon.com/Davis Mattek. So to get in the Discord, all you have to do is become a YouTube member, link your YouTube account to Discord, or if you want to join in another way, you can go to patreon.com/Davis Mattek, sign up, $10 a month. You get all my fantasy football content. You get in the Discord. And yes, as people are saying, people do say it is the best damn Discord in the land. I mean, I don't know if I would say that, but we have a good time and we basically do nothing but talk about football all day, every day, all the time. Actually, I honestly have not checked. I wonder if I do have any advancing Jackson Smith and Jigba teams. I'm advancing 6. They are basically all in the mitten 2. Here's this one. Caleb Williams, James Cook, ETN, Ken Walker, DeAndre Swift, JSN, DJ Moore. I don't even know what I was doing here. Not very good. Mitten 2. Sure. Whatever, JSN. Can't wait to do this again after a 31-27 Steeler victory. Whoa, did he get fired? Zabi Alonso got fired? That's tough. That is a tough scene. What could have been? What could have been with all of these Chicago Bears teams? I mean, the JSN advance rate overall. I mean, let's even go in the mitten 3 when the field. So we knew what the postseason was going to be. We knew the Seahawks had the 1 seed, and I mean that is just crazy, dude. 10% advance rate. 10% advance rate on JSN. My Houston exposure is really light overall. Because I didn't love them. Houston, I drafted 97 times, advancing 25% of them. Houston, yeah, I just didn't love them. Too early big board. Caleb is going to be like the quarterback 8 or 9, but Colston Loveland is going to be the tight end 3. People are going to love Colston Loveland. Where does Olave go on the big board? I have not started working on my rankings yet. I wanted to get dynasty rankings out today, which I did. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the JSN teams probably do have Houston and Seattle guys left. for tonight. Houston and Pittsburgh stuff. Oh, I think it's Loveland over Warren for sure. I guess I'd wonder your guys' opinions on that. I mean, I think Loveland was a lot better because Loveland didn't even become a full-time player. And then once Loveland became a full-time player, he went 6 for 94, 10 for 91, 8 for 137. 58 receptions, 713 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tyler Warren did 817 yards, 4 touchdowns, no 100-yard games. Yeah, I think it's yes, my rankings will be done for the big board probably I would say for people who subscribe to patreon.com/DavisMattek, I would probably guess that you guys are going to get ranks next Monday, maybe. I think that feels realistic. Man, I just don't know if it matters if Rome is fully healthy. I'd be curious. I'd be curious your guys' thought on that on Loveland versus Warren. My thought would be your quarterback situation is way better in Chicago, right? Who's going to be quarterbacking the Indianapolis Colts next year? Because Daniel Jones tore his Achilles. It's not going to be Anthony Richardson. It's not going to be it's not going to be Riley Leonard. They're not going to go with Riley Leonard. So you're like, well, maybe it's Kirk Cousins. But I don't know. To me, it doesn't really feel all that close. I think you're definitely going to, I mean, dude, Loveland was just so much better. I mean, 6 for 118 and 2, and the dude didn't even get promoted to be a full-time player. Oof. Kyler? I hope not. I mean, shit, I guess it could be. It could be Kyler. I feel like Kyler's going to Miami. I think they can get out of DJ Moore's contract though, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Loveland is going to go pretty far ahead. Malik Willis could be Malik Willis. You never know. Could definitely be Malik Willis. Kyler is not going to retire. Everyone hates Kyler. But what else is interesting here? I mean, we can dive down into the mitten 3 because this should theoretically be the contest. Let's see. Can I get any more? Let's see if I have any more PMR remaining on any of these. Let's see if I have any sweats. Houston or Pittsburgh, 3 points behind here, and I've got Jaden Higgins to potentially outscore BTJ. Ooh, down by 0.3 here. Ooh, to get a Darnold team through. Oh, well, that team's dead. Well, what I actually need to do is I need to remove Green Bay, Jacksonville, Philly, the Chargers, and the Carolina Panthers. All right, so here's the sweats. These are sweats to get more live teams through. So I need Nico to outscore Kayshon Boutte by 12 to potentially get that team through. I need Nico to outscore Juwan Jennings by 10. I need Woody Marks. Oh, this one's going to look good because I need Woody Marks to outscore Luther Burden. Oh, that's going to be a really important one. They will do the mitten returns tomorrow when the field is set, Patrick. So once the field gets set, they will do a mitten returns. Oh, you're right. I need Woody to outscore Kyron. Okay. The JSN advance rate is going to be insanely low on DraftKings. It's going to be single digit, and like 8% might be high. I'm shit. Maybe they did. Maybe because what they did today is they put the dinger out. So the big thing that they did differently is they did the dinger 200K to first this year, in the dinger, which feels pretty nice. Okay. What else we got here? I guess, can I just look at my whole portfolio for this? Oh, nope, you have to select a tournament. All right, Mitten 3. So this was I need Woody Marks to outscore Kyron, and that can get me there. How far down am I in this one? I need Gainwell. I need Gainwell and Metcalf to have like big games in that one. Yeah, Dinger was 100K to first last year. Artillery Frost. So 200K to first is really nice. 23 points behind with Jaden Higgins. To advance the JSN team. Yeah, dead. What about the Mitten 2? 8 points behind here. Jaden Higgins outscores Kincaid by 8. Or Woody Marks, both of them actually can contribute. Well, dead Ravens team. I guess I should put Baltimore on there as well. 21 points here from, hey, just need Woody Marks to get 20 and Dalton Schultz to get 15. Easy game. Oh yeah, we actually should look at this. So in the gauntlet, let's see how many full Ram stacks there are. Puka, Stafford, Kyron, Corum, and let's go Parkinson. Well, how many of this? How many of this? Puka, Stafford, Kyron, Adams. 63, and 32 of them are advancing. All right, Crutches says he's got one. Kyron, oh man, that's so tilting to have Lamar on that one. Puka, Adams, P. Wash, Franklin. So definitely live if you get through. Oh, Liam has it? All right, well, there you go, man. Chess Liam. He's rich. Can he advance? So he needs Jaden Higgins tonight to advance a Rams super team. Considering that most everyone is an effective 0, I'm going to resolve to full fade more players in the big board BBN this year. Well, Rusty, the issue that you're going to run into then is that if you're full fading significant portions of the pool, you are also going to end up drafting 25 or 30% of a guy who sucks, right? That is going to be the issue that you run into. Yeah, I would assume this is true as well, that most JSN advancing teams that are not dead will have bear stacks. Chances of Nico Schultz to outscore DK and Gainwell by 12 in full PPR. I don't know. You just need a long Nico touchdown. I wonder, do I have any of these? Do I have any of Stafford, Puka, Kyron, and Adams? I've got 2, and neither of them are advancing. And it's an Indianapolis Colts team. I advanced a Puka, Cook, Kyron, Stafford, DK team in the DK Millie. Unfortunately, as a full buck stack. I mean, brother, as long as you have Parkinson and or Higbee on that one, you're all good. Ooh, I actually wondered about that. I wondered in the gauntlet. So we got Parkinson advance rate Parkinson overall is 9,884 teams. Tyler Higbee overall was 4,743 teams. So there you go. I mean, that was a huge edge on Rams super teams, was that Higbee was way less drafted, 50% less drafted than Parkinson was. What about my boy T Ferg? And T Ferg was drafted 1,423 times. How many times was Davis Allen drafted? Davis Allen was drafted 17 times. What about, this is a good bit, I wonder how many times Jarquez Hunter was drafted. There's always someone. Let me tell you, there's always someone. You know what? Great point. Herbert is the most overrated quarterback in the league. Couldn't agree more. They say it more and more. The most important man in the world, I mean, I think you would probably have to say that it was Romeo Doubs, right? I think you'd have to. Let's take a look actually at my my NFFC Hold'em team, because I think I messed it up pretty bad. So this is my postseason Hold'em team on the NFC. So I've got Allen and Caleb live. I've got McCaffrey live. I wasted Barkley. Have the Puka multiplier of the JSN multiplier. JSN over Parker Washington is going to hurt. Tet over Coker hurts. Trevion Henderson sucked, but I can't sub him out. And then the Green Bay Packers doing nothing in the loss also hurts. This was a really hard year in the postseason contest. I thought it was just kind of difficult to figure out. So I guess next week I will well, doesn't he have the highest advance rate? Am I wrong, Christopher? I'm pretty sure he does. So Dubs has a 45% advance rate, and Puka has a 42% advance rate. Yeah, so I would say Romeo Dubs has been the most important guy right now in terms of like the explanatory variable of what's going on. Yes, I will pull up. So I didn't enter any on my account because I did them all on Pat Thorman's account, but we can pull the stuff up. Honestly, I have not started thinking too much about the big board. The recovery time on the Achilles tear is I'm probably expecting George Kittle to not play next year, but I also expected Christian Watson not to play this year, you know. So don't come to me. Don't come. I'm not a doctor. So I guess next week I will sub Barkley out for Ken Walker, sub Jacoby out for Devontae Adams, sub Tet out for James Cook. Maybe that's going to be tough. Hi there, Best Ball Noob. How did teams that draft JSN advance to the next round when they're essentially getting a 0 week one with their first round pick? They get lucky with one of their other picks. So JSN in the gauntlet looks like Captain Cook got 20 points from Parker Washington and 19 points from Colston Loveland, 20 points from ETN, and 26 points from Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, yes, I agree with you that it is descriptive, not predictive for a team that is already eliminated. Yeah, it's a nice dead team. I did all my FFPC playoff challenges with Thorman, Silva, Reeves, and JJ. So I don't have a way to check them, because I don't think I did. I don't think any are on my account. Yeah, none of the playoff challenge teams are on my account. So I have no way to check them. So, you know what? Actually, let's cook up a pick 'em for tonight, and then let's skedaddle on our way. Monday Night Football. Should we cook up a big one? I think we should, because there should be some boosts in the Labarino. Oh, I can, but I don't know any Coker Dubs FFPC teams. Well, actually, here you go. $200 Coker Dubs. None. Entries found 1, but doesn't show it. Here, let me see if I can do this. Let's do Coker. 28 teams had Coker. Only 1 team had Coker and Dubs, though. 1 team. Pretty insane. All right. We've got what boosts in the lobby. This game already happened, and I think I lost this one. So no NFL boost in the lobby. All right. So first off, I would like to go with Kenneth Gainwell. Slide him to, you know what? They don't even have 5.5 receptions. We're gonna take 6.5. 6.5. How many is Gainwell beaten this? Gainwell has 8, 3, 5, and 7. Yep, sending it. Kenny Gainwell, 7 receptions or more. We are gonna go to 2.5 rush yards on Jonnu. All right, Don likes Freiermuth. So let's go Freiermuth to 39.5 receiving yards. Let's go Jaden Higgins to 44.5 receiving yards. Let's go. Should we do Jalen Knoll to get 1 catch? What do we think? Jalen Knoll, 1 catch? Yeah, I think we're going to do it. We're going to do Jalen Knoll 1 catch. And then, we could do the Connor Hayward rushing touchdown. So we've got Higgins and Knoll. We could do something with Mark's rush attempts. 16.5. That feels very high. Ooh, there you go. Michael actually got a good one. Rodgers pass attempts. They are not going to run the ball here. We're going to go Rodgers to 35.5 pass attempts. There you go. All right, we're going to toss. Well, am I getting a dock on that? Yeah, I am getting a dock on that. What if I do yards? Yards as a dock. What about touchdowns? There you go. No dock on touchdowns. There you go. 1.5 passing touchdowns. Easy game. 1.5 field goals made for Fairbairn as well. Yeah, we're gonna send that. All right, we're gonna put 27, 28, $28 on that one. Kenneth Gainwell, 6.5 receptions. Freiermuth, 39.5 receiving yards. Jaden Higgins, 44.5 receiving yards. Jalen Knoll to get a catch. 1.5 passing touchdowns for Rodgers. 1.5 field goals made for Kaimi Fairbairn. We're going to lock that one in. Link to that is in the chat. Link to that is in the YouTube description. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, boys. We'll be back trying to figure out what we're doing content-wise for the rest of the week. But rest assured, we will figure it out. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for daily fantasy football videos. And thank you very much for